My fellow Hooties, there's nothing wrong with going to the doctors if there's something wrong with you, or asking for help with something, even if it's something unmentionable. Or in the case of Hank, having the case of the old no poos, and faces the challenge of trying to pass he can't go number 2. And Peggy worries that this might be the end of Hank, since he refuses any kind of lax or suppository to help with the blocked poo path. I hope you aren't eating while watching this. There's gonna be a lot of poo mentioned in this review, and I don't want any of you fellow Hooties losing your appetites. With that being said, let's drop on in and see what splashes as we talk about King of the Hill Season 1, Episode 6, Hank's Unmentionable Problem. Peggy practices her favorite hobby.
Boggle.
How was beauty school, Luanne? Oh, how did the big shampooing final go?
Well, I passed lather, but I failed rinse. And then I failed repeat, too. Because it includes rinse, which I don't think is very fair.
A bit of a detour here, but I want to talk about Luanne's time in the beauty academy. She isn't any good. Well, it didn't help that not only was her joke of a professor and the other girls in her class are jerks, or as Hank put it,
What a bitch.
Now you could make the argument that they did make Luanne a wig when they found out that her hair burnt off during the events of Propane Boom, but the wig looked horrific, so you can't tell me that they made that to mock her. Or they didn't have enough of one color hair. Come to think of it, I don't think we see much of that wig outside of the episode, so this rant was really pointless. Just that Luanne wasn't really good at the beauty academy. She is good at cutting hair, and it's good that she got a job cutting hair later on in the series. But let's move back to the episode, as we see Hank heading to the living room from the facilities, and he doesn't seem happy.
Hank, you forgot to flush.
Didn't have to. Didn't do anything.
Oh, I see. How long has this been going on?
There's nothing going on, Peg. That's the problem.
Well, how long have you had this problem?
There is no problem, please. This is not something we need to talk about.
Well, if you do have a problem, I could...
Peggy, please, for God's sakes. I'm getting a bite.
Hank, you're clearly having potty problems, and you don't need to shut yourself off from Peggy. I mean, your bowels are doing enough of that alone. So, Hank seems to have problems going number 2. What do you think he looks for as a snack?
Is there any chicken fried steak left?
Ah, yes. That's really gonna make the situation better. As someone who unfortunately had to deal with something like this, I know that it's not fun at all. But I, unlike Hank, ask for help, whereas Hank is...
Here.
What's this?
It's Mega Mucil. I take 10 heaping teaspoons in a glass of water every night to stay regular
I don't want to know that.
Oh, come on, honey. Look, it is gentle and all natural.
No. Stop, please.
Sister,
Blah, blah, blah.
I'm telling you that it's good for you.
Now, I'll just say this now at the start of the episode. I don't agree at all with how Hank is dealing with this unmentionable problem. Peggy is just trying to help, but all Hank can do is be difficult. Very much a Hank thing to do, treating something like this the way he did, but that doesn't mean I agree or don't find it frustrating. Peggy even tries to give him bran muffins to help him. What do they do, Bobby?
They help you make.
Excuse me?
Huh?
What are you implying?
Well, I thought you were constant.
Where would you get such an idea? That's ridiculous. Anyway, that's not something you should ever know about your father.
Well, it's pretty obvious you were in the bathroom for an hour last night.
No, I wasn't.
Okay, Dad.
Give me that.
You know, looking back, I'll admit that I was first on Hank's side because I didn't know what it was like to have a similar unmentionable problem. But now that I had, Hank just seems childish here. He feeds ladybirds the muffins that he should have ate, which, I'm gonna bet would probably have helped him then, but he'd rather just act like nothing is wrong. And act like Ladybird is a show-off because she can do the do, and he can't.
Show off.
Well, Hank, if you would have eaten the muffins, you would have solved this problem, and it wouldn't have gotten any worse than it was. But this is Hank we're talking about. Peggy talks to Nancy about Hank's potty problems, and it somehow gets across the neighborhood.
So, Hank, what's this I hear about you being backed up?
Nothing. What? Who are you thinking about talking to? It's not me. I'm fine.
Well, that's not what I heard.
Heard from who?
Dale.
How does Dale know?
Nancy.
Nancy knows too, huh? Who? That Peggy. Why not just take the door off the bathroom and put it out on the lawn? Maybe you're going a little too much. Once every 4 or 5 days gives me more free time. You want to spend all your time on the toilet, be my guest.
Hank, Bill is giving you some advice, and all you can do is act like you aren't the one that's having potty problems. Even Dale and Boomhauer are giving him some good advice, but Hank just doesn't accept any advice.
Have you tried squatting? It takes pressure off the lower body.
You know, Hank, I find a ride on the lawnmower helps.
Would you please stop talking about this?
Hey, Hank, you know, I've been thinking about y'all and your dang old bottom and all what's gonna get moving again. I think y'all ought to go jogging and swimming in a water bunch, man. It's gonna be bad having you pooping just like you used to, man. I know it's gonna work.
It helped my aunt after her pregnancy.
I don't know you, do I?
No, you don't.
Would you all please leave me be? This is no one's business but my own.
Dale gives Hank some advice that's absolutely something Dale would suggest.
Okay, but I've got one that's guaranteed to work for you, Hank. You take a spoonful of bacon grease.
I'm not eating bacon grease.
You didn't let me finish.
I mean, I know I don't agree with Hank not wanting help for his potty problems, but I don't really want to hear where Dale was going with his idea, so I'm glad he stopped him there. Peggy watches a program concerning Hank's current restroom conundrums as Hank walks in upset.
Why did you have to go tell Nancy about my bathroom shortcomings?
Food that is not absorbed becomes waste and enters the pouch like cecum.
Who the hell is that? Howard Stern?
Temperature is a pleasant 70 degrees. And on a more personal note, I want to wish my friend Hank Hill a quick recovery for his embarrassing constipation.
Duh!
Wow, that was perfect timing, but Hank didn't like that moment of perfect timing. I like that little kick move Hank does to shut off the TV, but did he have to shut off the VCR too? Now the timer is gonna go all zeros. You know how annoying it is to put the right time on these settings? Peggy can't even talk sense to Hank.
So worry to yourself.
Well, I'm tired of worrying to myself. It's better to talk things out, Hank.
Not these things. Not toilet things.
All right, Hank. I will just sit here silently alone with my worries.
Finally.
Look, Hank, I don't think this is exactly the best thing to just not talk about. I mean, you want to keep ballooning because you can't, you know, drop the kids off at the pool or some other analogy that involves the potty. You really think that keeping this kind of secret is a good idea? You do know that this kind of thing can, I don't know, kill you? I don't want to lose my favorite assistant manager of sweet burning propane, and Peggy certainly doesn't want to lose you. You know, your wife. There's also the boys and your family. Just stop thinking everything is off the table of discussion and just get some help about your potty problems. So we get to see the kind of diet that Hank partakes in that is the sole cause of his inability to push out some proper propane tank. Sorry for that gross analogy, as the Hills go to nowhere else but Looney's.
I'll have some skirt steak, some brisket, little piece of that New York steak, a couple of them steak fingers, and a burger.
Oh, Hank, please have just one veggie.
Oh, all right. Put some macaroni and cheese on there, too.
Yeah, Hank, that'll really help your current potty problems. All that meat on top of that top of mac and cheese, it's gonna be a blockade in there, Hank. Oh, so you can tell Bill you don't need any advice, yet you do what he said? Meanwhile, Peggy isn't done trying to help.
Ooh, chocolate sauce. Can I have some?
No, Bobby. This isn't ordinary chocolate. It is a laxative for your father.
Oh.
Peggy, why did you tell him what it was? You know he's gonna unintentionally tell Hank what it is, causing him to freak out. And even though he knows what it is, he still goes to try some when Hank offers.
Okay, I thought you'd never ask.
Bobby, you know what that is.
So?
What is it?
Laxative.
Now, why would Bobby still want to eat some if he knows it's laxatives? Well, okay, I know Bobby isn't all that bright, but also, why would he just blab out that it's laxative when he should have known that Peggy wanted to keep it secret? This is the second time you botched up Peggy's plans to help clear Hank out. Do you want Hank to be blocked up for the rest of his life? Which wouldn't be much longer if he didn't get rid of the said bowel blockade. So now that Hank is aware of the sneaky chocolate, Hank reacts about how you would expect Hank to react to something like this.
You're trying to drug me? Good God, that's going too far.
Well, you won't talk to me about it. Now, what if it really is something serious, like polyps or worse? You should see a doctor.
Stop making such a big deal out of it. I just can't go to the bathroom.
Oh no, Bobby. Go ahead and eat the ice cream loaded with laxatives. That's a real smart move. He really isn't gonna like the rest of that night, I tell you what. Peggy has a nightmare about Hank giving up the ghost because he couldn't give up the poo. And it's just a weird dream.
Remember, early detection is the key. Now pass in your algebra homework. Goodbye, boy. See you in hell.
I like how it has weird dream qualities that only Peggy would dream up, and that Cotton was the one that sent Hank on his way. Even more funny how he flushed further down to the ground, even when he was already 6 feet under. I guess you can call it the final flush of Hank Hill. The strange dream has her shaken enough to run in while Hank is on the pot and begs him to go see a doctor, to which he finally does.
Jeez, all right, I'll see a doctor if you just get out and leave me be.
Thank you.
Get!
Yeah, because you going to the doctors is such a horrible thing. I get it, it's Hank we're talking about. But man, come on! You gotta get all that meat out of you so you don't get flushed down to the great beyond before your time. And in season 1. Shame on you, Hank. We get a funny moment where Hank's 3rd grade teacher is leaving the doctor's office.
Hanky?
Mrs. McIntosh?
Hank Hill. Is this your family? I was your father's 3rd grade teacher.
Oh?
Why are you here, Hanky? This is an old person's doctor.
Well, Hank hasn't been able to take it.
Walk. I threw my knee out playing touch football.
Mr. Hill, I'm sorry, sir. I cannot read this. What does it say? Con what?
Now I know Mrs. McIntosh is voiced by Pamela Adlon, but she also looks like the old lady from the post office during the episode Hank's Dirty Laundry. So Hank finally gets checked out by a doctor, and it's about as awkward as it gets.
Let's see, so you're suffering from consumption?
Constipation?
Oh, constipation. Well, that's quite a different matter. How long has it been since your last bowel movement?
Well, I usually don't keep track of that kind of thing, but...
5 days, and Hank's usual schedule is every 2 days. Of course, when we were first married, he'd go every day. But then I spoke to his mother, and she said the most interesting thing. She said when he was a teenager, he would be in that bathroom 3 or 4 times a day sometimes.
Peggy!
Well, when you eat 90% meat all the time, you'll notice that you'll start going less and less to the point that you get where Hank is right now. But now that you finally went to a doctor, you can see how far this has gotten. And yes, fellow Hooties, it isn't pretty. Well, we don't get to see the x-ray of Hank's blockage until the episode where some artist used it for artwork. So Hank gets checked out for what's blocking his tunnels. And well, there's really only one way to do that.
Be a little frightened, Mr. Hill. Just turn your face to the wall.
Oh, you want me to get that?
No.
Mr. Hill?
Mr. Hill, this is Tasha. She's a medical student. Would it be all right with you if she observes the examination?
Well, I guess.
Man, that has to be so embarrassing for Hank. To have to go through a colonoscopy is enough, but to have an attractive medical student walk in to study. Bobby does what Bobby does best, making things difficult at the worst time.
We made it, honey. Quick, 6th floor maternity.
Yes, that's all well and good. But what of Hank and his colonoscopy? The doctor gives Hank the rundown on what they'll be using for the procedure, just in time for Bobby to walk in.
Oh, Dad, what are they doing to you?
Bobby, get out of here.
No, Mr. Hill. When a family faces an illness, all members should be involved.
Clearly taking a break from being a menace. What did you do from the elevator to getting here, huh? Did you knock over some wheelchairs with some poor elderlies in them? Replace the medicine with candy? Okay, I know Bobby isn't that bad. The doctor makes a not-so-well-placed joke before beginning.
Do you like video games?
Yeah.
Well, this joystick is just like a video game joystick. Only my red button fires a real laser.
Cool. Pew, 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 pew.
Bobby.
Say, you're good. Maybe you could, help us out a little later. Just kidding, Mr. Hill.
After some time of exploring the inner chambers of Hank, the doctor brings up the possibility of surgery, which Hank isn't a big fan of.
Just to be safe, I'll book an operating room for the end of the week.
Oh, God.
Don't worry. You know, it's possible to live a long, healthy, slightly less active life without a colon. You just can't wear shorts.
Hank, you don't need to be stressed out about that. All you gotta do is just stop eating nothing but tube-clogging steaks and maybe add some veggies in your diet, like some beans, some broccoli, even though it be some nasty tree food. But they do give your hootie some hearty hootie tooties. But if you were to have had a better diet, you wouldn't have been in this potty predicament in the first place. I mean, you don't have to go all veggie-only vegan route. But hey, now you can get all the soy you can eat. Maybe a little Wiener Schnitzel. Sounds delicious, and more importantly, cleansing, which you need if you want to keep your colon. Now let's see how our Arlen protagonist takes to the new soy to the world, Hank's new diet. May he use the potty again.
Now, what are these, hot dogs?
No, they're not dogs. They're made of tofu.
Tofu? I can't eat that crap.
Then try this faux-fu. It's a tofu substitute for the tofu intolerant.
Now, would that be good for a man who's constipated?
Peggy.
Well, I didn't say it was you.
Is this for your husband?
Yes. And we will also take a quart of your brown rice broth.
Do you have anything that tastes good?
No.
Hey, you're eating tofu. It's gonna taste like stinky, sticky cube food. You gotta give up good taste for a healthy alternative. Well, we had to have back in that day. Don't worry, Hank. Luanne has another option for your problem.
With Mr. Lee, board-certified moxibustionist. Relieves stress and opens the energy channels.
What the hell is that?
He sticks needles in your skin and sets them on fire.
Anyone ever try that on me, I'll kick his...
Luanne, you know the kind of man Hank is. He would never let anyone near him to stick him with them needles, let alone set him on fire. Honestly, Luanne, shah! Poor Hank can't even watch TV without having to go to his 2 p.m. potty time.
Hi there, Peggy. We were wondering if Hank could come out and help us with my fence.
Oh, I'm sorry, Dale. Hank is having his bathroom time. Maybe later.
Why does that sound like Dale was asking Peggy if Hank could come out and play, but he had homework? Poor Hank. We see a montage of Hank trying Dale's advice. Again, I don't want to know what that entails. And we also see him even try Luanne's idea, but... well, he did say he was gonna kick his ass, and he did! But if Hank knew that was gonna happen, why did he go to him in the first place? I mean, if Hank would have told him, "Hey, I don't want you lighting them needles on fire, okay? 'Cause if you do, I'll literally kick your..." Everyone is enjoying some delicious ribs, while Hank stares at a sad salad.
Well, thank you all for coming. I thought it would help cheer Hank up to have all of his friends here. I think he's making a lot of progress. Oh, where are you going, Hank?
To the bathroom.
Now just try to relax, Hank, and concentrate. This could be it. Come on! Will you hurry up?
Peggy, please.
Come on, Hank.
I don't know about you, but I don't think Hank would feel comfortable enough to go potty in the ladies' room of all places. While Bill discusses the contents of salad, Hank returns defeated.
I'm sorry, Peg, I let you down. Let you all down.
As he makes another potty attempt at home, he looks out at the beautiful nature outside. Ah, what a lovely view. And this wasn't for Hank to make the big move. Tragic. If Hank doesn't go potty, he's going to go to surgery. And they'll more than likely see the massive meat and whatnot, and he won't lose his colon. Anyways, while Peggy was talking to Nancy, Hank drops his glasses, and she thought Hank had finally gone potty, only for Hank to bring her bad news.
So what?
Well, I heard I wasn't listening, but I did hear a...
Oh, that was my glasses. Look, honey, we gotta talk. I know you want to help, but this is getting out of control. You can't treat a grown man like a baby. It ain't right. I feel like I've been trying to be someone else lately. Eating food I don't eat, and I'm just not gonna do it anymore. And if I don't ever poop again, well, that's just gonna be who I am.
I worry.
I know you do.
That you could.
I know, honey. And I'm a lucky son of a gun, I tell you what. To have a woman like you care so much about me, I'm gonna be more open. Tell you how I'm doing more, and let you in.
Can it be? Has the time finally come? Huzzah! What a triumphant finish to an amazing episode! The flush with the crescendo of "Oh, to joy" to end the episode on a high note. And with that, we reach the end of this review. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to like, share with your fam, and subscribe today and join the Parliament of Hoots. Hit the bell to know when my next video is up or when I go live. Let me know what you think of the episode and the review in the comments. As always, you fellow Hooties mean a lot, and I can't thank you all enough for all of your support. Thanks again for watching, and until next time, I'll see you when you visit the Owlery again, and I give my hoot in the dark.
You might have noticed in tonight's episode there was some brief nudity. Now, as an actor, I only do nudity when I feel the script warrants it. And I thought tonight's episode only warranted seeing the side of my rump. You can believe me when I tell you the Fox executives were pushing for a whole lot more. If any of you were offended by my body, I'm truly sorry. Good night.
Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like the video, share with your fam, subscribe today and join the Parliament of Hoots. And also comment what you thought of the review. What are your opinions on said episode? Let me know in the comment section below. Your guys' opinion means so much to me, new viewers, and fellow Hooties. Check out the videos below, it'll take you to more of my content, and follow my other social medias, including Instagram, Twitch, and also Twitter, or X. Until next time, guys, I'll see you when you visit the Owlery again, and I give my hoot in the dark.